Let me tell you what's actually happening with the return to office mandates right now. A study from the University of Pittsburgh analyzed over 2 million job listings from technology and finance companies that implemented the return to office mandates. Well, here's what they found. The time it took those companies to fill job vacancies increased by 23%. Their hire rates dropped by 17%. And the people who left first, the people who walked out the door, were the most skilled, the most senior, the most irreplaceable. And here's the part that should concern every organizational leader watching this right now. A separate survey found that 25% of executives, 1 in 4, admitted that they had hoped some employees would voluntarily leave because of the return to office mandate. So they were using the mandate as a massive layoff. Oh, passive layoff. And the employees who had the skills and the options to leave, they did exactly that. Hi, I'm Angelia Malbrew, Fortune 500 veteran, Platinum Award-winning keynote speaker, and organizational development consultant. And today, we need to talk about what the RTO mandate really is and what it's really telling your best people and what it's costing you. Let me be really direct about something. The return to office is not a culture strategy. It's a control strategy. And your best people, they know the difference. When an organization issues a RTO mandate, especially unilateral, non-negotiated, and top-down mandate, it sends a message. And that message has nothing to do with collaboration or culture. The message is, we don't trust you to produce without being observed and micromanaged. For a high performer who has spent years delivering results, and often, let me just say this, the results that I made, the massive improvements that I have made have been from my sofa at 2 o'clock in the morning because we had to work with other teams that were all across the country. And it was my word, my go, no go calls that made a difference. That wasn't done from an office. Let me just get back to the meeting. Those conversations for a high performer like me, exceeding expectations from my home office or wherever, co-working space, that message is not just insulting. It's a signal that the organization's leadership identity is built on oversight, not trust, not outcomes, and not the kind of leadership culture that actually retains exceptional talent. Ask me, I'll tell you how. Research from Gartner found that 74% of HR professionals said that the RTO mandates have led to leadership conflicts, not collaboration, not culture building, conflict. And Amazon, whose CEO publicly said that the RTO mandate was about culture, not cost reduction. Oh, they saw over 70% of surveyed employees said that they would consider quitting. That is not a culture problem. That's a leadership identity problem. Here's what I need every leader watching this to understand. RTO mandates do not drive your underperformers out the door. They drive out the people with options. And the people with options, they are your best people. The University of Pittsburgh researcher said it directly who will leave. It is just the people that have opportunities and the people with a lot of skill, with a lot of experience that corporations actually want to work with. Women and caregivers are the hardest hit. You see, the research is consistent on this. Female employees with caregiver responsibilities are often the first to leave when the flexibility is removed. And those are frequently the leaders that drive results on your pipeline, the one that your pipeline is actually dependent upon. And what the people say who stay? Some stay because they have to, not because they want to. And a high performer who stays but disengages is in some way more expensive than the one who leaves, because they are all still on your payroll, but they are no longer fully in your building, not in the way that matters. Researchers from the Manpower Group 2026 Global Talent Barometer describes this perfectly. They call it a workforce that is present but not productive. Here's the real issue. The return to office mandates are a symptom. They are not the disease. The disease is a leadership identity that is not built upon trust. An organization that trusts in its leaders and those who trust in the people they lead does not need a physical presence as a proxy for productivity. It measures outcome, it develops capability, and it builds the kind of psychological safety that makes people want to actually show up. Not because they were ordered to, but because the environment is worth showing up for. The LEAD framework: leadership identity, executive presence, alignment, authority, and delivery and development is specifically designed to address the root cause underneath decisions like mass RTO mandates. Because the question is never should employees be in the office or remote, the question is, does your answer reveal the type of leadership culture you have actually built? And what does it say? And for most organizations right now, the answer to that question is not comfortable. Here are 3 things that work better than mandates. Number 1, lead with outcomes first, not optics. Define what exceptional performance truly looks like. Measure that. Hold people to that standard regardless of where they're sitting when they produce the quality of work that you're asking them for. Because the data is clear. The same study that found that productivity is affected by the RTO mandate also found that the leadership is more of a significant factor in productivity than the location. Your people do not need a mandate. They need a reason to give you their best. You already hired them and you know that they are the person for the job. Second, invest in leadership development before you invest in a return to office policy, because the data is clear. The same study that found that productivity is affected by the RTO mandates also found that leadership is a more significant factor in productivity than location. Your people do not need a mandate. They need a reason to give you their best. Third, take the free leadership risk assessment at angeliamalbrew.com before you make another structural change. Because if your culture is broken, moving people into the same building would not fix it. You will just make it more of a dysfunctional situation, and you'll put it in Front Street for everyone to see. You're making it way more visible. The link is in the description. 5 minutes, free and honest. Your best people are not leaving because of where they work. They are leaving because of who they work for. If that landed, share this video with one organizational leader today who needs to hear it. Subscribe for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you're in the Phoenix, Arizona area on March the 20th, I want to see you at the Executive Presence Workshop. The link is in the description. I am Angelia Malbrew. I am here to show you, equip you, and train you to lead like a brand. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great day.